I can't even hear me. Hello. I'm trying to get this thing light up slowly. So maybe like something could be like a slow flame. Something building up, but it's gonna light up. Have patience. It just takes patience. Maybe it's gonna have to take you to, pick yourself up and try it again. It's popping though. It's popping. I'm so late to get on here, and I'm so sorry, little bugs, that I am late. I'm late. I'm really, really late. No time, no waste. Hello, goodbye. I'm late. It's the white rabbit. No excuses. Hi, how are you? How you been? How you been? It's been a long time. It's slowly burning for us. Good, that's good. That is good to hear. I am late coming on, but I'm here though. We in here. We in here. No more excuses. Like, procrastination is a killer for especially everybody, right? Especially for myself. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about you, right? But my Hello Kitty lover. That's how I remember you, because you're Hello Kitty. But yeah, procrastination. Just pick yourself up and try again, you know? Yeah, you wasn't able to do it today or right now, but you still got time, okay? Procrastination. Maybe your house is quiet, or you need some quietness in your home as well. I said I was going to get into, we'll wait later for that one. Procrastination. Maybe getting into a skill set as well. He got 99 problems, but the biggest one is me. He got all these little problems, but when it comes to me, it's maybe his priorities. He got a lot of priorities, but you're going to let him know that you should be like number one, number two. Like, you might allow, it could be something important that you allow one person or one thing to be the priority. It could be God, you know, it could be money, it could be kids, you know. I'm not feeling the parent, so I'm feeling that energy as well. But it's like, yeah, he got 99 problems, but you gonna let this person know I am one of them. I am the biggest one. I am main priority. Okay, maybe that's why you're saying there's no more excuses. No more excuses. You know, if I can run a busy lifestyle, or if I can be busy and keep up with things and then have time to make time for you, or, you know, set aside my schedule for you, then why you can't do the same? That's the type of energy I'm thinking about as well. Okay, watching a comedy show is what they're saying that you should do. So maybe we haven't laughed in a minute. Start laughing. Okay, watching a comedy show, or doing some therapy as well. Okay, the comedy show. This energy right here. It says sending a bundle of positivity your way to lighten up your darkest days. So, like I said before, you haven't laughed in a minute. You haven't took the time. You know, they say laugh to keep from crying energy. Okay. So maybe this is like no more excuses to say, oh, you know, I'm having a bad day and stuff like that. Well, create that bad day into a positive day. Create the sun into your darkness, okay? Sometimes you can't rely on the sun to shine on whatever the situation is. Sometimes you got to go out and go find that flashlight, you know what I'm saying? And go find the batteries and go turn the light on, or put some type of light, shine some type of light. So stop relying on other people, or maybe you're in this energy where you're no longer relying on other people. So that's why you're saying, I'm tired of the excuses. No more excuses, right? He got 99 problems, but the biggest one is me. You know, maybe I got a lot of problems, and maybe this person wants you to be, maybe they want you to put them first priority, you know? Maybe they notice that you're very busy, or you got a lot on your plate and stuff, but they want to be one of the pieces that you always have to keep on your plate. You know, that person that you always got to make sure you call. It's that type of energy. Maybe you're going to set the standards, you know, no more excuses on certain things. No more excuses on people saying that, oh, well, you know, I work too much. Well, I work too. You know, oh, well, I got to do this, I got to do that. Well, I do extra stuff too. You know, it's that type of energy. No more excuses, okay? Maybe we need to do a DIY project, or do an arts and crafts. Somebody saying that, ooh, so maybe you do crafts, and you talking about, bitch, better have my money. So maybe somebody trying to finesse you. You know, maybe you have a very crafty skill as well. Yeah. Maybe you knit, like maybe you do clothes, or you knit something with your hands. You're very creative with your hands, and you know, you probably charge, or they're telling you need to start charging people, okay? Or somebody that you do, like, you're doing a business for. Someone's trying to dip out on this energy, okay? Someone could be someone could also wear like a lot of jewelry as well. This person wears like a lot of jewelry when they come, or you're gonna notice their jewelry on their, like, you're gonna notice jewelry. This is the person. Maybe you gotta look up to them as well, or they look up to you. It's like a height difference. Bitch better have my money, pay me what you wanna. So the thing is, this person not even trying to give you a tip. Like, this person's trying to dip, okay? Let's see. Maybe that's why you're like, there's no more excuses. Maybe somebody always have excuse on why they can't have money, like why they can't give you your money. They always have excuse on why they can't do, you know, they can't do for. Like, it's always a reason. Always a reason. You know, I mean, not a reason, an excuse, okay? Maybe the reason, maybe their excuses are good, like good reasons, but it's just like, come on now, bitch better have my money. So maybe somebody owe you. You know, maybe they owe you. They owe you for your work, because they look up to you. They came to you and they asked you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're acting like, oh, I don't have a lot of money, or I'm balled up with my expenses and stuff. Like, you know, well, I am too. Okay, no more excuses. Bitch better have my money, okay? This flip right here on this energy. Somebody looking up to you energy. Or they're saying keep from crying. Or maybe you're this person, like, when you get upset, you start laughing. You know? Like, you get really laugh. Maybe somebody wants to come together and be like, okay, I want you to, or maybe you have a picture, like an old picture of them in a photo album book. Because it says scrapbooking. So maybe y'all have a picture together. Maybe y'all are closer friends. Maybe this friend, you and the friend have like height difference as well. They owe you money. Maybe your friend owe you money, or they asked for a favor, and they were supposed to give you this favor, and they didn't come through for this favor. So now you looking up to them like, hey, where my money at? Where this favor at? I thought we supposed to be dogs. You know, we supposed to be, you know, cool. We supposed to be cool and collected. What happened to that? Okay. It says, you are a fighter. Let's do it. Okay? You are a fighter. Let's do it. Maybe you sitting in a chair, or you have like a favorite chair in your home as well. Or you starting to do chair exercise. Is that like the fitness centers? They be doing having extra exercise programs or something like that. Also chair exercise. I'm feeling something as far as in sitting down. Maybe the bicycle. You like doing the bicycle when you're at the gym? Everyone falls in love, okay? Okay, let's look at this right here. Because we're saying there's no more excuses. No more excuses on maybe people like, oh, well, I look up to you. You're like a close friend of me. We go way back and stuff like that. I'm just tied up into things. And look, then I say somebody's going to ask you for money or something. Look how this cat's like, please, pretty please. Maybe they're like clawing at you. Maybe they're like, they don't want to beg, but they want to beg. Because, like, here you go. They like really pleading to you. Maybe they look up to you or they watching you. Okay? Maybe they're watching you in the, like watching you as far as in a hitting situation. So here you go. Maybe you got a friend that acts like they're not paying attention to you. They act like they're not, as close as they think they are to you. All right. They might act like they all solo and they just paying attention to their own thing, doing their own whatnot. But you're going to see how this person's going to come in and be like pleading to you. Okay. Pleading to you. Beat. Who got the keys to the Jeep? Boom. Maybe somebody getting a new car, or you getting a SUV. Are you thinking about it? Or you drive an SUV? Okay, they flipped out like heavy, and I'm looking at the card where somebody's like really looking up to you. Someone is looking at, paying attention to you in the shadows. Okay, you got this energy. Here you go. The book. So maybe somebody watch you on Facebook, or somebody looks at you as a person with knowledge. Maybe they want to learn from you as well. Like, can we sit together and study this? Then I say someone's looking up to you in that energy from the shadows. So this is the energy right here. Like, can we speak together? Can we talk? Can we get some knowledge together? Can we learn? Look, you got the key to it. You got the key. You're holding the key. Can I have an understanding? But I want you to be very cautious of this because you got the snake. Now, the snake can be it could be a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Okay? Because, even though a snake is a bad energy, but guess what? A snake can eat all the little mice, all the little mice that's under your foundation, It's like, this energy is like a bittersweet. The thing is, it's a snake, so be cautious of the energy, right? But at the same time, you're still trying to be friendly with the snake. Okay, and that's where that bonding is. Like, I know you can cross me. I know you're kind of, a shady friend. Maybe this person already snaked you before, and maybe they did come in and pleading and say, hey, can we work out? Maybe we can work together. Let's sit down and talk about the situation and stuff like that. But you're not giving yourself no more excuses on why other people are invading in your energy, as far as in making you feel as though, like, a lack of. Okay, maybe this is the energy of just telling you to stay. Just keep yourself knowledge. Keep knowledge about this. Like, you're knowing that this person is in the shadows. Understand that. Okay, there's no more excuses. There's no more excuses on why you're acting like, oh, I didn't see that coming. No more excuses on that. Okay, let's go with the friend. You're my pal, a friend in me. What's that, Toy Story? So maybe somebody, maybe you going to a toy store, literally, or you're shopping for some little toys, or you're doing this as maybe a friendship energy as well. But also, I'm feeling the energy of like, you got a friend in me. So somebody is probably trying to, maybe you had a friend that has like something very valuable to you. This could be a toy, as far as in like a video game, for males. You get what I'm saying? Something that is borrowed. It could be, a toy could be also, how, it depends on how you look at this. A toy could be valuable, then a toy could also be in a situation where you haven't played in this energy for a long time, and this person is trying to come back and say, hey, what's up? So it could be an old energy, like a person that you encountered with that you put to the side. Okay. You got swimming pool. Maybe y'all gonna go to the pool, or y'all used to go to the pool together. The friend that you used to go to the pool together, y'all used to kick it. Okay. Okay, the house. Yeah, so maybe you got a pool at your house, and maybe you're gonna find out that this person might be living in the same complex as you as well. Maybe they live on the second floor. Okay. a pool full of liquor and I'ma dive in it. So maybe somebody is want to drink, go to the pool and hang out. Maybe somebody wants to be buddy buddy. Maybe go hang out at your house. You know, nest at your home, because this is the house, but it's the nest, okay? But you got 2 eggs. Now these 2 eggs are still full, so they're not cracked open, so you haven't made a decision yet. So I'm feeling the energy of this is up in the air at this current time. Maybe y'all just got cool, you know, y'all just started kicking it, you just realizing y'all probably buddy. You seen this person, maybe y'all talk to each other and y'all have good conversations as well. Maybe y'all go into another realm, because you got that the ring in the back. So maybe somebody is going down a rabbit hole with you with these conversations. They love the conversations that y'all have as well. Maybe y'all have a lot of conversations at night, okay? Maybe when y'all get drunk, or y'all, you know, get up on that little wine, you know, wine and dine energy, y'all have strong conversations. They love that. Maybe they look at you as a friend, a place to call home as well. Drink. Maybe they want to drink up with you, pass out, and then wake up, and then we fade it. So maybe you out of nowhere you're gonna, maybe you so drunk that y'all did, you know, you don't know, like, dang, did we do it, did we not? That's too drunk. I think that's just more like a movie situation, okay? But you got the it's some type of bird. This giving me a bird of like the beach, maybe the full moon, or maybe you're going up to the mountains and you're starting to see like the beautiful birds, right? I'm feeling that. And then it's like the sun. I'm feeling the sun energy. So happiness, okay? Maybe somebody wants to let you know that you know, happiness, or you could have someone having a bundle of joy. Like, you know, this kitten looks a little small, like a little precious kitten, and the flying over, like the little, what's the little thing that delivers babies? I'm feeling that energy as well. So something could be like a little bundle of joy as well. Maybe they're gonna find this out. This could be a Leo, or you're gonna find out during Leo season that you're gonna have a bundle of joy. Because look at that nest. Maybe you're gonna carry twins as well, 2 eggs. Maybe you're going to learn this, or you're going to get the knowledge of this, or somebody's going to come to you in this energy. This could be a friend as well. I'm thinking twins, because also you got the egg and then the 2, and they're like, maybe they're going to be fraternal twins. And fraternal twins, like their opposite is going to be like maybe boy, girl, or they're just coming from 2 different eggs as well. Congratulations. Or maybe this is just gonna bring like a lot of, maybe you're gonna have a lot, you know, maybe it's not too much in your basket, like all eggs in one basket, they say. Or don't put your eggs all in one basket. Maybe you're gonna get a knowledge about this, or you're gonna feel happy that you're able to balance, you know. Maybe you have 2 paychecks, and both paychecks are going to be fruitful, like the egg. You know what I'm saying? If you allow the egg to, eggs are fertility. Eggs is basically nurturing. So if you allow something to like nest and sit and pay it, like, you know, care for it, or, you know, just like they say, I'm feeling the energy of like, maybe you put an application in like 2 years ago or something about a home or something like that. And you're about to find the knowledge of this as well. Maybe you're going to find the knowledge. Maybe you have 2 children. Maybe you have 1 child. You know, maybe you just found out you had a little child, you know, a little baby, you know. I'm feeling that energy as well. You're getting the energy of learning how not to put all your eggs in one basket as well. Maybe you're learning this as well. You're just going to fly high. I'm feeling like the wings as well with this card. So it's just like, you know, just stretch if you stretch and you stretch your arms out wide, you can fly, you know. So it just takes you to maybe leave the nest. Maybe you lived in your hometown, you know. Maybe you've been in your hometown, or you're finding something out about your hometown that might allow you to pick up and fly out this nest. Because also I'm feeling like, you know, like the nest right here is the egg, and then of course the bird is flying, you know. So it's like flying out your nest, you know. Maybe this is something that maybe you had a bond, or you had like I'm also feeling, what's her name? Ruth and Boaz, like Boaz, not Boaz. Like, let's follow more of Ruth energy. Ruth energy was like, I put my eggs in one basket right here. I know that, because when she was talking to Naomi, like, I know that, my husband died and stuff like that, but I put all of my eggs in this one basket. And Naomi's like, well, I'm sorry, this egg, like when you see a bird's nest, the bird, if you touch the bird's nest, it's not gonna, the bird is not gonna touch the nest anymore. So it's like, Naomi was like, well, I'm sorry, Ruth, bro. It's no nest over here for you. It's nowhere, I don't have nothing. It's up to you. But her attitude was like, no, we road dogs. We close. I want to be close to you, or I felt this bond. So she was like, well, go fly high. Maybe this was something very small and something very passionate for yourself, like where you didn't feel as though it was gonna make something out of something, right? You thought this was just like a little egg, and you know how you find like a little egg, right? The thing is, it's not like you can go do an ultrasound and figure out if it's a boy or girl, cat, dog. You can't figure that out type of energy. But when you find an egg, it's just like, you want to take care of it. You kind of curious to know what is going to, like, once I take care of it, what's the ending? Once it cracks and it pops open, what is it going to be? It could be anything, because there's a lot of things that can lay eggs, it's a lot of beings. It's a lot of things that you can do also that you can lay eggs. So it's just more of the energy. I feel like you laid your eggs and you put yourself in a situation, right? At least 2 years ago, 2 months ago, or maybe at 2002, okay, 2022 energy. You could be born in 1992, or something took place in 92 as well, when maybe you moved out of your home in 92, where you was able to, you left the nest, you flew, you got up and left, okay. You said it's saying like girl is the sugar, so maybe something could be very sweet, very dandy, or maybe you going to like a sweet treat area, and the lady that serves you, she's gonna be very sweet, okay. And then you got the bear. The bear. I love the bear. The bear is also hibernation. The bear also knows when to come out and when to go into hibernation, right? Because the bear you don't see the bear every, it's not every season. The bear knows exactly when to come out, pop out, and when to come back, like they say, it's bear season. Now, you got some people that's going to get up and get suited and go and get in their hunting gear. So here you go. Treat yourself like you are the bear. You're the bear, and everybody heard that it's your season, and now it's time for you to pop out like a bear. You come in, you trying to feed, you trying to build your nest so you can take it back home, because you're not going to be out too long. It could be maybe you got a season where you only come out during the hot season, then you come out when it's sold. So maybe something's going to be sold like out of nowhere, like maybe it had to take you to go into hibernation and stay focused, But I'm feeling the energy of the bear. The bear is a very powerful, very powerful spirit. Let's just keep that honest, because the bear knows when to come and when not to present itself. The bear also knows when to attack and when not to attack. The bear also knows how to protect his cubs and knows when not to protect his cubs. Okay? Because sometimes, the bear's not gonna always. Sometimes the bear's sitting right up on that hill. That could be you. You're just sitting right there on the hill, and you're just waiting for you to come down. No matter what, babies, no matter how it's gonna come, even if you're trying not to be brought out, you're gonna be out there. No, regardless, the sun is shining on you. So even if you try to avoid the situation, you try to hold back. I get all that. Maybe you dealt with things in your past, as far as in your childhood, that put you in this vulnerable situation, that got you in this, like, sadness energy, like not in a sadness way of like pleading, but it put you out of your element. Like you could have been this younger child that had all of these dreams and hopes and stuff like that, and things twisted. Something came in and it pushed you out of your element. Okay. But I'm just saying, I want you to be in that bear energy. Have the bear. Keep the bear energy. That bear spirit is very strong, okay? And then the moon, okay? We are in a full moon as well. Let's go with the forest. Angel in my life. Be your light. Angel in my life. Okay, let's go with the knowledge and the shadow. So maybe behind closed doors, maybe you do online school at night as well. I'm feeling that energy. I'm also feeling like maybe if you are doing a lot of reading at night or something like that, I need you to find a better light to help your eyes. Or I'm feeling like a sense of squinting, like we're trying to foresee something that's already there as well. Or maybe you're noticing that your eyes are going bad. I don't feel like your eyes are going bad. I think you need to be cautious of how much, you know how you gotta dim the light in your phone type. It could be too much lighting on your eyes, okay? Okay, so it says your essence spreads like the root seeking the water. Okay, you are holding the element of the root of it all. You know, you are holding the emotion. Maybe this person's going to come in, like I said, they're coming in with the energy of it's already past tense. And you already been there, done that with them. This is like a scrapbook moment. Like, you know, I captured this moment. I'm putting you in the scrapbook, and we're gonna seal you in. We're gonna go, keep going past this page. It's like, you know, I can come back. You know, sometimes I'll come pick up my scrapbook and look through the album. You know, the photo album here and there. Maybe you still got a photo album too. I know I still do. I love scrapbooking, but I haven't done it because I haven't been taking pictures like that. But yeah, it's like the energy of like you already captured this, you sealed it, you put it in your past, and now you're moving forward to another adventure. You know, now you're trying to take another peek of something else, right? Now this energy trying to come in and say, don't you remember? You know, don't you remember this? Maybe they're taking you down the book. You know, now they want you to go pull that photo album book that had the picture of us. You know, pull that photo album book that had it where this could be literally a scrapbook, or this is like your life as well. Like this person's coming in talking about, hey, don't you remember that stuff? Like they're trying to go back to the chapters in your life, you know, like, don't you remember? You look how far you're probably ahead of the page, and they want you to come past. They're talking to you, say, hey, can we, you know, like I said, it's like the energy of this tree. They're saying that they're going into the root along with your emotions, the water, because, you know, water is emotion. So they're pulling on your heartstrings by like, hey, can we go look at, you know, this picture and stuff like that? Or let's go back in the past when we were this close. We were so close. We were buddy. You know, maybe you were my ace born clone. You made me feel like home. You know, you made me feel secure as well. Let's go into that real quick since we just mentioned it. And that's the next one. You made me feel secure. You made me feel like, you know, we were road dogs. We would never separate energy as well. Hello. Okay, and this tree is the branch that will resent through every storm. And then this tree is like damaged. Look, it's bent in. It's not, you see how it could have been a big tree in a situation. Like I said, it's a root. So at the beginning, y'all were very solid, but over time, things started getting a little brutal because it's saying it went through every storm. So this been through a storm, and through the storm, this is where y'all broke up. You know, y'all probably was close together. You know, y'all probably was, you know, looking like maybe y'all looked alike or y'all dressed alike as well. You know, this could be a couple. This could be a friendship situation. Like y'all went through the storm, and it's blue. You know, it's blue. Maybe this is a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And also this is that fire, that red. So this could be fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy as well. Maybe these are, maybe someone wants you to stop being so fiery, you know, go into your emotions, cool down. You know, maybe someone's like, you so hot. You know, maybe when I talk to you, so hot, you know, like you don't want to talk to me. You act like you don't want to be into me. You act like we don't have no memories together and stuff like that. And they want you to cool down, cool down. Remember when we were together, you know, we were home, we lived together. Maybe you have left, you know, y'all probably like shacked up, because I'm also feeling the energy putting your eggs in one basket. That's the energy of like being shacked up. Like y'all, you know, you put all your eggs in one basket. Y'all weren't even serious, you know. Y'all was just buddy. Because that's what the card is, like pound. You know, like we just buddy. Or maybe someone likes to pull that card with you. They like to play relationship. And then when they want to play single, then they play single. That's not what we gonna do. Okay? Hey, how are you? Let's see. So now it's like, you know, you spreading your wings. You're realizing like, you know, maybe this person kept you bottled in, you know, like this kitten getting tied in. Like maybe they kept you bottled in and stuff like that. You're realizing this. So now you're ready to spread your wings and fly. Okay. I believe I can fly. Okay. Look, we're splitting ways. You see how the tree is splitting? We're splitting ways. We're no longer dealing with this. Okay. Like we part our ways. We probably started. Yeah, we started right here. We started from the bottom. Now we here. Type of energy. We started right here, solid. You know, it was straight and stuff. But then we went through trauma. Then we went through pain. Then you cheated on me. Then you stole from me. Then then you started talking about me behind my back. You know, this is the storm energy. So now it got blue. You know, it got blue. Now the stems, we going missing. Everything is missing. So now you's like, you know what? Like maybe you had to go cold on a person, you know? Like I was talking about that before. You gonna be cold on a summer day. Okay? It's hot outside, but when it comes down to your feelings and where your heart is going, like this person, it's no home right here. It's cold over here. You know, maybe you keep your house cold as well. But yeah, we parting ways, splitting. We're branching off. You know, like you have your foundation, I have my foundation. Because at the end of the day, these still solid. So no matter what, y'all are going to be good. Or this could be you where you're so maybe you were in this little cuddle, you know, soft girl, soft boy energy. Because yes, men can go into a soft boy energy, and that's not in a sense of like they're not taking care of business. No, soft boy meaning like, you know, oh, I gotta call my wife because usually my wife is the one who do this. I gotta call my girlfriend because usually my girlfriend is the one who do that. You know, y'all put each other in a very demanding situation where it's like, you know, well, you know, you do this or I do that, or it wasn't even in a situation where y'all talked about it. It just naturally took the place where, you know, you handle all the paperwork expense. You know, you handle things. When things go down, you were the one that called, you know. You're the one who made the calls and made things happen. So at the end of the day, y'all had to part ways. This is still solid. The roots, it's not like this tree. This tree is all bent up, fucked up, you know. It's like the roots down here, but nothing's here. Like this is on bare knees, you know. But this right here is saying like, hey, I want to come to the realization that I can do bad by myself and so can you, you know. Like we can both create foundation. Also, you could have talking about this card as like the child, like maybe y'all had children. Maybe you're realizing you had to go cold on your, you know, your baby daddy, your baby mama. You know, you had to show them. You had to show them that, you know, what's the song? He said, you know how cold it is in Antarctica? Yeah, that's how cool I am on a bitch, for real. Like, it's that type of energy, like where you have to show them, like, I can get rowdy too. You know, I can say fuck you too. You know, maybe this person said fuck you through their actions, not verbally, but it was like the way they treated you. It was like, you know, well, you know how something takes place and he's like, well, what happened to this? And they answer and like, well, dang, I guess it was just fuck me. It's like that type of energy, you know. It's like you don't feel gratitude in the situation. That's probably why you're gonna split ways. And you know what? Like, even though we split in ways, we're both secure. Like, it's not like no one's not in a lack of nothing. This tree is splitting evenly. So something's gonna come even. Like, or we're gonna make it even. You know, even the score as well. Maybe you even escort by leaving, you know. Maybe this person been dealing with all this, you know, feeling like the hot man, hot woman, you know what I'm saying, probably firing you up, making you boil inside, making you feel as though, you know, in that energy where you can't even you can't even sit here and allow your lover to talk to somebody without you feeling like, you know, is there something going on? And that's not sitting here saying that you are they're not saying, what's that word that they'll say, oh, you are what is it? Basically, like, you haven't, like, so low self-esteem, something like that. No, you just very knowledgeable because this person puts you there. You know, this could be an energy where, you know, when you first go into a relationship, you're giving them 100% trust. It takes them to start losing the trust, you know? So this person puts you in this energy where, like, you know, I can't really trust you if you're talking to this person. You put me there. I used to be fine. I used to be okay with you chit-chatting with, you know, such and such, or I see you flirting. You know, I didn't think nothing about it because you're coming home to me. You know what I'm saying? That nest. But then I realized over this storm that I was being a fool. I thought that we were buddy. I thought that we were going to be like a partner in crime energy, but I realized through the storm, things got a little shaky here. You know, I realized that, you know, I come to the, like, I relax myself in the sun. You know, maybe you going out in the sun is going to just beam on you. And the moment that the sun is, it could be that day where it's like, dang, it's hot. That's the moment that you're going to feel as though that epiphany comes in. You know what? It's time for us part ways. Or this person is going to realize all of a sudden that you actually part ways from them as well. Because, you know, you got some people that even if you break up with them, doesn't mean that they're, you know, they instantly knew they breaking up with you. No, they probably thought, oh, you bipolar. You know, you just got to calm down. You know, oh, you just upset. We're going to wait until, like, you know, we're going to give her 7 days, or we're going to give him 7 days, you know, or well, hopefully not 7 weeks, because 7 weeks. And what was you thinking? What was you thinking? You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you're going through, maybe you're pregnant. Maybe you just had a baby. Y'all better be motherfucking cautious. If not, y'all gonna be over there doing that little thing, peeing on the stick. Over there having a 3-month-old in your arms. And you over there still peeing on the goddamn stick. Yin yang. I love it. Yin yang. But yin yang also has 2 separate lightings. Okay, you got a dark side, you got something that's going to come right in front of you, and then you got the light that's going to come behind you. So maybe you're going to foresee this. This is the energy right here. Also, is like you're getting the knowledge. This is also 2 as well. So something could take place around 2 o'clock. Also on the 2nd as well. It could be your birthday. I'm feeling a number, like numbers, like 9. This could be in your house number, or 2, 4 as well, or you got a double number in your house number. Hey, Nor. Hey, Michael Jackson's daughter Paris' birthday is tomorrow. She'll be 28. Okay. Ooh, something could come even too, because they're giving me that 28, an even number. Or somebody could be 38. They're in there, or you could be in your even numbers, like 32, 22, 28. Okay, you got autumn, pumpkin. Maybe somebody loves to call you pumpkin. That's what I'm feeling. Hey, pumpkin. Isn't that like a cute little, I think that's like that old saying. I mean, people don't call each other pumpkin no more. They call them like sweetheart, or love bug, or darling, you know. But someone's probably gonna call you pumpkin. Okay, hey pumpkin, how are you doing today? You know, I'm feeling the energy where it's gonna make you smile. You're gonna look at it like, you call me a pet name. It's gonna light you up, okay? This person wants to get to your energy though. Like I said, they know it. They want to see if you hot or cold. You're hot or you're cold. You're yes and you're no. You're in and you're out. Yeah, hot or cold, okay? Like they just want to see that. Cleaning out your closet. Maybe someone you literally kicked somebody out their house, kicked someone out your nest. Y'all probably live together and you had to kick them out. I'm sorry, mama. Maybe somebody got to go to their mama house. Like maybe it's like, well, where I'm gonna go to your mama house? You know me and my mama not together. You better start pleading her, talking about you sorry, mama. Okay. Her older brother is 29. Her younger brother is 24. Okay, so maybe somebody's a middle child as well. I'm cleaning out my closet. So something could be moisture. You know, usually you could be planting as well, or you're going to like a sunflower field or something like that where they, you know, hey, how are you? I know you probably, I don't know if you could see it or not, but it's also giving me like a bicycle energy, like the wheels on a bus keep running. Okay, that's random. Yes. Okay, so I'm feeling the energy of somebody, no matter what, if they don't have a car, baby, they're gonna get on the bike. If it don't got a, you know, I'm talking about them bikes that you can get downtown or something like that, you put money in it, like, no matter what, like, if they gotta go till the wheels fall off, if they gotta go over on the tricycle situation, or the cycle, isn't a cycle the one with the one wheel? This nigga wanna, I'm sorry, excuse me. Ooh, maybe you calling them that. That was side note. Okay, a moth to the flame. Okay, and that's going to this energy. You're the moth to the flame. You're splitting course. Okay, I'm cleaning out my closet. And then I say we're gonna part ways. I'm sorry, mommy. I didn't, like, not you calling this person a mommy, but it's like that energy that's playing is like, you know, I know that we supposed to be secure. I know I was supposed to be the one that we supposed to, you know, be together. You know, that we were home, but I'm gonna part ways. I'm sorry, you know. Maybe I'm taking the kids too. Maybe you be like, maybe this person is gonna be like, nah, I'll take the kids, and you like, nah, I want to take the kids under my wing. So y'all could be battling with children dynamic as well. But the moth, here you go. The moth is basically illusions. Maybe you gave them an illusion. You gave them the illusion that y'all are going to continue to be in a home together, you know, bond together as well. Coco, somebody could be on coke as well. Maybe that, and we're going right here when I talked about that. This could be that night and day energy. Maybe something's going to be like revealed to you. You've been picking it up. You felt like something, like you kept getting a light in the back, you know, in the back. Like you know how you see it's dark, right? But you keep seeing a light, like it's a far light, and you see it, but you can't put your hand on it. It's that type of energy. This person could actually be in love with Coco, like Coke, you know. So of course their money gonna look funny because it's gonna show, you know. Maybe they say, oh, I don't pay a lot, or maybe somebody has the energy of like, maybe you're gonna see something as far as in they love something that they didn't want you to know, but you knew this because this was the energy. You're very much so enlightened, you know. You're very much so highly in tune with what's going on. Like, give me black and white is cool. Black and white is just confirming what I'm feeling, but I already been feeling it. I already been getting the nudge. I kept getting that flickering light back there, like something up over there. What's back there? You know, you see a light, you know, you might watch some scary movies like, I ain't going back there, but it's that energy, like you see a light and you're like, what's back there? You don't walk back there and you're like, it's gonna eventually come. You know, you might be on alert, like, you know how you stare, you go on a deep stare, daydreaming as well. Okay, you might find out as far as in it's gonna put you in a stare, like you might be stuck out of nowhere, like, you know, like what you mean? Maybe you're gonna be shocked about this. And then you got the hedge. The hedges are basically privacy. Okay, you want privacy, or maybe you're now enlightened to the situation that you're gonna put, like, you're growing your hedges up, you know. Like, it's not you growing a fence up. No, you're growing your hedges up. So because a fence is completely being guarded, like, but when you put up your hedges, this beautiful garden, now you gotta water these, so people might see that you do got your guard up, but your guard up, and this wall that's hiding, this wall that's blocking them from seeing exactly what's going on. I'm sorry to glare. The wall that they can see where they feel like they're going in a maze. Maybe you don't give them too much access. Like, you probably only give them enough. And then by that time, they got to pick and choose, if they're going to continue to go or not. But going back to the hedges, like this wall that we're growing up, this wall is growing in the sense of growth, in the sense of plants. It's not wood. It's not plastic. It's literally something that came from the ground to the root, to the soul. Okay? Maybe you're growing your hedges, maybe you're growing hedges, or somebody's growing privacy hedges. By autumn, it's going to be high enough where people are going to have to literally go. You're going to have to be you're going to have to be a butterfly or a moth to fly over what we got going on. And it's not even, this could be literally, but it's also could be in the energy of like, you're flowing, your growth is growing from the root, from the rooty to the tootie, but it's like from the bottom to the top, energy here, right? But it's like your growth is growing so much that people are gonna be like, what's over there? What's over there? I see that. What's that light over there? Like I said, it's in the past, you're going to be so far behind them that all they're going to see is like little flickers of you. Maybe they're going to see you on social media, when they're scrolling. Like, that's the only time they're going to see you. They might see you walking past out of nowhere, just flash, like quick. You're not in one spot anymore. You're like the moth. The moth is very quiet, you miss that moth, but don't a moth always go after the light? This could be this energy as well. Well, this person, like, people are coming after you. After you part ways, now they trying to be the moth. They're trying to follow you to the light. You decided, because now you part ways. Now you got them. They was like, wait a minute. Did they go left or right? Because they didn't pay attention to you. You know what I'm saying? They just assume, she just sitting here ignoring my conversation, or ignoring my feelings, or she just ignoring my text. She's just in her feelings, and no different from a male. He just mad, or he just no. That whole time, what that allowed you to be in that she just assuming, because assuming, what's the beginning of assume? ass. So what we doing? I always say assuming makes an ass out of who? Okay? But it's like they assume so much that they didn't even pay attention that you actually went right. And they over there on the left side, or you went left and they over there on the right side. You are no longer in this energy. And I love this looking down. And we just talked about the nest in the other card, right? The nest and the egg. These eggs right here, it was just two. So maybe you realize us together, we wasn't growing. But then when we part ways, right? When we part ways and I realize I'm stable on my own, you stable on your own. And if you're not stable, I'm sorry for you, baby, but I'm stable on my own. It's like more if I'm worried about myself, okay? Because I'm worried about myself, I end up multiplying my eggs. You look at the difference. When I was cool, riding with you, chilling with you, we only had 2 goddamn eggs. It was just me and you. We should have had this when it was 2. But no, when I end up walking away from you, my eggs got big. Not only did my eggs get big, my shit starting to crack. Maybe these 2 eggs are cracking. Maybe these are the beginning of your growth. You're cracking open. You might see this. This is spring. I'm just looking at that too. So spring is coming. That is the energy that we're moving into right now. Right. So you're realizing that, maybe you're going to get your eggs cracked. I did talk about a baby. You might have twins. Congratulations. Okay. But no, it's just more the energy of like, it's like when I realized I could do bad by myself, is at first when you're in a relationship, it's hard. It's going to be an illusion because you're going into a codependent like I was talking about, that soft girl, soft boy energy, right? So it kind of puts you in a vulnerable situation. It sits you down where you're not able as a woman to go into your masculinity level. And as a male, you're not able to go into your emotion level because that other partner kind of filled that in. So you kind of put that person away, you know, or you put that energy away. But then things started getting rocky. You started having trauma with this lover, and you realized that person wasn't as solid as you thought they were going to be. You know what I'm saying? And then you got girl playing. You better know your worth. Okay? Everything you want is yours. Okay? But you got to know your worth though. Okay? Because even the devil can hear your prayers, especially if you're speaking it out loud. I always tell y'all, pray in your head, baby. Because like my grandma said, God can't hear it. I mean, only God can hear that. The devil can't hear it outside. That's how she used to say it. But it's just more the energy of like, you realize that you could have been the one that had all the stability. You could have been the one that was fruitful the whole time, but things was stagnant. It wasn't giving, you know, like, okay, we're still in the same situation. We're still in the same situation than we were 2 years ago. But then the moment that you stepped out of this situation and moved on, you've been out of relationship for 5 months, six years, you know, or it could be maybe you're counting down. Stop counting down that. Don't do that. Don't count down like how long you've been in your bear stage, in your hibernation. You know, the bear knows when to come out because it gets the nudge to come out. Because, you know, sometimes the bear does come out in the wrong season, right? But it's that, and then that's when we pop up and they were like, oh, we found the bear. And it's like, it's not even their season. It's that type of energy, okay? I don't want you to count down how long you've been single, how long you've been, no. Just treat this as you were just a bear hibernating, okay? Now, sometimes you come out, but you're also the bear that has their guard up, okay? You're the bear that, you know, you stay in the forest. You stay where the trees are high. You stay where you have to literally be a moth to come fly over quietly to see what is going on, because it's not going to be like I'm going to give it to you freely. I'm only going to give you halfway there. Then you got to make a decision what you think I'm doing. It's that type of energy. Like, I'm going to give you a direct, you know how somebody say, you know, well, I gave you some answers, you know, but they say no answer is like, that's basically a worse answer. It's better for you to say something, right? Now, but this energy is you are saying something. You're telling people exactly what is needed to be said, okay? Now, it might not be what they want to hear, but it's enough to keep them over there. It's enough to keep them at bay. Okay, that's the energy that you need to be in. Make sure you, like certain people, it could be your mother, it could be your father, it could be someone so close to you where maybe you grew up with them as in that home dynamic, right? And maybe you are moving forward and you're, you know, you're showering the love, right? And it's the energy of like, give them enough information, but not enough information where they can hold it against you, but enough to keep them at bay, if that makes sense. So let's say you got a raise. You can tell them you got a raise so they can congratulate you. Or you can actually see if they really, you know, if they're really the ones that's going to be the egg that crack when they realize that your foundation's coming. You might have, how many eggs is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might have five friends, or you got 5 strong energies, right? You might have one energy that's about to crack, like open. This one look like it's about to hatch out of nowhere. It's about to prevent itself. I don't want to talk. The one is prevent itself. But like I said before, an egg, you really don't know what it is. If you find an egg out of nowhere, you might search around and be like, is it a bird around here? Because you ain't trying to get put, you know. But it's like, I'm gonna take it home and stuff. So these could be people that you talk to, that you treat it like home. Treat it wisely. Tread wisely. They say tread lightly, tread wisely when it comes down to the why, because they're going to push you to talk to them. They're going to want you to give them the answers, and they're going to listen very deeply in this conversation. So you take your time. Don't just fly out and just give them the right answer, okay? Then you got the summer as well. So spring, summer, this is your season. Maybe things are going to pop up. Maybe things are going to start growing from the soil. Like the things that you planted from the soil is going to be as big as, also I'm feeling the pumpkin that we have, like, hey pumpkin. But it's like the pumpkin energy of like Cinderella. Rags to riches. Rags to riches. You know, going low to high. Maybe something's elevating out of nowhere. Maybe because you are a busy bee. You know, as long as you stay grounded, okay? As long as you staying grounded in your element. And your element, it could be whatever element you want to put yourself in, okay? Like, let's say if you're a fire sign right now, you realize you moving too much and you want to go sit down. So guess what? We got to go in the earth zone, because earth is more like the bear. Earth are the ones that go in hibernation, right? So it could be like you got to know, like I said, choose wisely, you know? Think wisely, cautious wisely in a situation. Everybody doesn't need to know your fire energy. Everybody don't need to know your water energy as well. Water is your heart. Water is your emotions. Water is that part that what's going to tick to you. You got some people that's like vultures that's waiting for you to just show, you know. It's like, you know, I talked about the chickens and stuff like that, but let's talk about a hawk and an eagle. You know, a hawk can fly and catch prey, right? You know, but also an eagle does the same. But guess what? A hawk only can fly a certain amount to a height, right? But an eagle can fly higher. Eventually, maybe you could have somebody that's trying to catch up with you, and maybe they're like, well, I got this too, and they kind of compete with you and stuff. And it's just this one moment you're going to identify. That's what's going to identify who's the hawk and who's the eagle. When it's time for you to go to fly high, it's like, how high are you gonna go? You know, are you gonna show them that you the goddamn eagle, or are you gonna sit there and be like the rest of them and just go into the illusion and act like you a hawk? Because you're not a hawk, you're an eagle. And an eagle flies high. An eagle keeps their boundaries up. An eagle knows when to pop out and when not to pop out. You get what I'm saying? An eagle is also in a peaceful mindset. Knows when to come out, when not to. Okay? Yes, the eagle, you can see it in the daytime and you can also see it in the night. Yes, you an eagle as you should. You are an eagle. You are dealing with people that are a hawk. Okay? You might deal with people who are chickens. You know? Here you go. You know how you go to one, you know, you play in a game, right? You beat one level. The one level was you dealing with chickens, right? And you over there just plucking, you eating off of whatever they got. And then you be like, wait a minute, why are we just so focused on ground zero? You know? Then you look up and be like, hey, wait a minute. I got wings. Yeah, did y'all know y'all got wings too? And they say, yeah, we got wings, but we don't know how to fly. Really? Like, I'm literally thinking about the energy of this is when you are going into these elements. Like, do you know we got wings? Do you know we got this knowledge? Do you know that we can study together and we can get the book together? We can touch orals. We can elevate together and split ways and do all this. And it's like, yeah, but we don't know how to fly. It's people, you dealt with people at the beginning that were sitting there. They knew that they can elevate. They were scared to elevate, but you wasn't. You know, you wasn't at all. So, but you knew you end up have to sit into your studying, you know, that study area and realize, you know what? I got to teach myself. I got to start teaching myself. Maybe these two birds is you. You know what I'm saying? You know how they say you code switch? You know, when you're with, like what he said, you switch like people think you switching up. No, I didn't switch up. I know my night and my day. I know who is able to listen to me and want to hear me and who doesn't, you know, because you got people that's going to act like they want to hear your story. They want to hear you out. They want to be there for you. They want to support you. And then all of a sudden, when they all for you, and they like, yeah, I'm rooting for you, I'm wearing for you. And then when another egg pops up. Because at first they were rooting for you when you only had 2 eggs. When you only had lack of support. You get what I'm saying? When your lack of support, when you was struggling with these 2 eggs, you get what I'm saying? Oh, they were rooting for you. Yeah, you got this, you got this. You see them? Yeah, they don't got it. But they kept, yeah, you got it. Keep going. You know, what's that game? You know, when you got like stuff going, like you got to pick up something and they blindfold you so you can't see, but then you got people telling you and you picking up stuff and they videotaping, you see, everybody else can see that you're not picking up nothing, but they're like, you got it. It's that type of energy. When you had the 2 eggs, you even knew, like you had that feeling like, I'm not, and you know, that question, you be like, when you blindfold, you like, hey, am I getting something? Like, yeah, you got it. They lying to you. You know, they piping you up. They're making you feel. Now, that was a good thing because now you like, you know, some people get confident and just keep scooping and thinking they're getting something and they're not, you know? And this is the energy that you realize when you was at ground zero with everybody else, you know, just touching the soil, you know, you were just down at the ground. You realize, hey, we got wings. It's wings out here, bro. You know, we can fly. We can elevate. We can learn a little bit more. It's just not right here. It's not what just not just what somebody told us off the street. It's not what we feel, you know, oh, because you know, you got wings, I got wings, I acknowledge it. And when you acknowledge you said, I'm going to put them down, you know. But when I noticed I got wings, I decided I'm going to fly. And then you started elevating. Then the next step comes in. Now you away from the chickens. The chickens is the ones who they knew that they could be better, but they chose not to be better. But they complain. They'll complain about all the food, that this is the same old, but they're still in the same place. You know what I'm saying? Those were the people, that was the chickens, that was the energy. Now we moved up. Now we over here and we flying. Oh, we got the hawks. You know, okay. Oh, y'all coming to get, y'all getting y'all prey. Y'all taking it back. Okay, I gotta be with y'all. You okay? So here you go. You elevate. Now you feed into them. You learning how to catch prey. You learning how to navigate. You learning how to fly, because when you was around those chickens, they didn't want to fly. So now you're learning how to fly with the hawks. Okay, so now you're thinking, all right, I'm cool. All right, this kind of cool. You know, then all of a sudden you get that ding, ding, ding. Did you know you was a bee? Did you know that you have bigger wings? Did you know your wings flies a little high, like a hawk? You know, you got your wings high. Then you was like, wait a minute. Hey, can y'all go, do y'all see that sun up there? Do y'all see the moon? Do y'all see the stars? Do y'all see out of this world energy? Can you reach up there? Then it's like, the most we can do is get, you know, we can touch the trees. You know, we can get up in the trees and catch that. That's the only light we got. And you be like, dang, I don't know. I think I can I think I can reach up to that sky. You know, I think I can elevate high. I think, you know, then you fly over the hawks, and then it's like, wait a minute. Like, how you get up there? Then you got some hawks, right? They gonna try to act like they can fly with you. And they, and you over there just cruising. And they, working for it. They working for it, and you over there just chilling. Like, hey, this kind of cool. I'm cruising. It's kind of nice over here. Actually, did y'all know? And you over there talking to everybody down there, everybody that you surpassed. You like, hey, you know, it's kind of cool up here. You know, it's kind of, you know, it's no limitation. You know, it's that type of energy where you're gonna see it like it's no limitation. It's cool over here. You know, it's cool. Can we cover the sun with one finger? Here we go. Like, here, why would you want to cover the sun with one finger when you can go ahead and grab the whole sun with your whole hand? I'm just saying, covering the sun with one finger is just like, look how far we got to go to get there. Like, look how far we got to scoop down for that image to be captured, to touch that sun, and we just got the illusion. That's what they want you to. And I get it though. I love your energy, but I just want to piggy off of that though. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the energy. Why not? Why when we can just touch the sun completely, where the sun is like right there in our hands? That happiness. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a hot potato, but it's like the hot potato that you don't want to release, because it's like, ooh, it's hot. Like, it's a lot for me, but I can't let this go because if I drop it, who gonna catch it? I was the only one that was able to catch this. I was the only one that was able to surpass what the norm is. Surpass what I was told when I was a child. Surpass of what people told me I shouldn't be afraid of, or I should be afraid of, or surpass the chatter in my own head because I got played or I got heartbroken in my childhood. So now I done created a whole demon and a devil in my own head that people think that I'm over there looking at them. No, it's just me versus me. I got to get past me. Because when I look myself in the mirror, I'm questioning myself. Why? Because I done created this whole demon in me that's trying to surpass me, that make me realize that I'm not an eagle. Oh, you're still a chicken. No, I'm not. It's like you telling yourself, I'm not that. I seen it. I seen myself fly high and I touched that sky. I seen that sun literally not sunbathe me, but literally touch my skin. I had a taste of happiness. It's that type of energy right here where here go people trying to come back and say, hey, can we come back together? And he's like, nah. Like I said, for sure you're secure on your end. Nah, I had a taste of happiness. I had a taste of sun. The sun kissed me so much that I can't go back that way. Cause that way was so cold. That way was so dark. At night, I had to, like I said before, in the energy, like just because it's, just this card right here where it says sending abundance of positive sending abundance in your positive energy your way, even through your darkness ways. So it's the energy of like, even though it's dark, you still see it's a cat. It's still some light being shined. Even though, and this could be their energy where they thought that they turned off the light. You know how somebody turn off the light and it just takes a moment. Just take a moment. Don't panic. It just takes your eyes to adjust to it's just got dark in a place. So now we got to put our senses on a different way. This is the energy right there where they turned that light off and they thought that you were going to go straight on your, oh my goodness, I need you. Oh, I can't do this no more. Oh, I can't. No. You end up looking, you was like, let me calm down. Let me stay at peace. Let me go into my bear mode and hibernate and realize it's just in a dark place, but I still got eyes. I still can hear. And that's all I need. When you're in a dark place, you don't need your mouth to talk. No, you need to be quiet. So all you need is the eyes and the ears to hear. And then you're going to navigate and then eventually that sun comes up and you're like, oh, what's that flickering light? Oh, is that the sun that I could reach? Y'all still over there. Y'all still over there trying to fan. It's that, how you watch a movie and everybody, people get lost on an island or something like that. And it's that one type of leader that's going to pack the bag. All right. Everybody else like, well, what are we going to do? Somebody wants you to sit in this energy, in this blue energy. Pay attention to the tree. Pay attention to the fact that the tree is still missing. It's missing energy. You know what I'm saying? The tree is not fully whole. Somebody really wants you to sit in that tree. This energy of like slump, paying attention, complaining, worried about the set, bringing out the darkness when you can literally bring out the sun. And that's, you don't want to do that no more because you realize, hey, I actually can touch that sun. Hey, I'm actually the ego, bro. I mean, I know that I was dealing with a hawk and the hawk only stays in the tree, to live. But an ego, where the ego go? They go up to the mountains. That's where they stay. The ego lives in the mountain. The ego looks up high and then they come low whenever they need to. Just like the bear, the bear comes out when it needs to. But other than that, it's going to be in the same spot. So it could be this energy right here. It's like, your position, your place. That you're an ego and who you are going to start recognizing who is the egos around you, because you got more egos around you. So you're not just the only one. So I do want to let you know that. And sometimes when we reach up to the high, they say, oh, it get lonely up there. No, it don't. It don't get lonely up there, but it makes you see things clear. Now, did it get lonely up there in the sense of all the people that you thought that was going to be from ground zero, your ace born coons, the people you grew up with, you knew them from like, birds of a nest type of energy, like y'all grew up together. It's going to get lonely that way, but there are other egos out there. There are other eagles out there. Now, the thing is, you just got to keep yourself up high to see them eagles. Because you got some eagles that are not going to go down low and go chill out with the chickens. They know they are eagle. What they look like. You know what I'm saying? And then you got some eagles that still go out there and still chill with the hawks. So yes, like I said, you got eagles out here. You got a lot of people that's gonna put themselves in high elements. But what kind of eagle are you? Are you gonna be the eagle that's gonna sit here and keep chilling with the chickens? Or are you gonna be the eagle that recognize that it's a chicken? And do I want to stay with the chicken or not? Am I gonna elevate it? I can teach it. You know, maybe I could teach you how to fly, because the chicken keep acting like it can't fly when it got a wing to fly. You know, it's that type. But they're like, oh, my wings are so small. Maybe they got excuses for things. Oh, you know, I'm not able to get this job because this. They get like those little things. That's like the little wings. They gonna say, oh, I got my wings are so small. Yeah, little things can make bigger things. You get what I'm saying? You might not be able to fly up so high as me, but at least you can fly. It's that type of energy. This could be your energy of like, you're telling people like, hey, I'm not saying that I want you to be as good as me. I'm not saying that you got to be up there and you know, we in competition, but you got wings and you can fly. You can elevate too. You might not elevate as high as me, and that's okay. You got to tell people this. And sometimes you got to tell yourself this. You know what I'm saying? You got to tell yourself this. That moment that when them little eggs start cracking, the people that you thought that was you supposed to bring in your home, the people that you thought that was supposed to be your foundation with you, they start, you know, the eggs start cracking. And I know it's gonna hurt. Don't it hurt especially when you buy a whole dozen of eggs at the store, you know, and they're all beautiful, and then all of a sudden when you get home it crack. You're hurt, right? but how many more eggs do you have? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, these two, but guess what? You got more support behind you in this journal, or in this journey as well, journal. So maybe somebody needs to journal. Clear your mind, all right? But it's like you have so much in stored. So it's no more excuses on why you can't become this eagle that you said that you are. This eagle that you see that yourself is becoming. Because it's so hard, and then you like, oh, it's so hard, or you sit here, then you start complaining like the rest of them. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's like the energy of like, you know, your mama just bought that outfit for you, right? And then you go out there and you have your friends. You got people that don't value the things that you have, don't value the things that you decided to put together in your life, right? So when you deal with people that are reckless, guess what's going to happen? When you hang with the chickens that are reckless, they don't, you know, they run around with the chicken with their head cut off. They're just doing everything. What do you expect you're going to get in return? No, just because you're an eagle. No, you don't put yourself down there. You put yourself down there. You know, have you ever sat there and thought about your life, right? And you like, dang, I was a little chicken with my head cut off. But then you think about your personality, and you're like, how did I get there? Then you think about your friends. Then you think about the people you entertain. Like, oh, that's how I got there. I got there because I started acting like them, and I know I wasn't them. You know, I started basically biting my tongue. Maybe somebody wants to say something to you, but they're biting their tongue. They want to be very verbal with you. Maybe they want to crack this egg. They want to let you know, hey, this is what's up. This is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But here we go. My energy that's coming into this, when it comes down to your energy as well, is we're no longer lacking excuses, right? We can understand, you know, everybody is, everybody's normal, the sun don't always shine every day. It don't always rain every day. It's not going to always give us, what we're looking for, but what we are needing is something solid. So we're no longer giving excuses. So if the excuses is giving a rockiness, it gotta go. Because now guess what? It's either because you're the ego, so you're either dealing with a chicken or you're dealing with a hawk. Now the hawk, you can get a little, like I said, the hawk is really what taught you to get to a higher level. You identified yourself with the chickens, but the hawks got you in a level where you can identify literally what you got going on, So it's like elevation. Okay, you're realizing that you're elevating. You're realizing that you are no longer in the energy of complaining like the rest. You're no longer in the energy of sitting. I'm just gonna sit and wait. No, you're in the energy. I'm about to get up and go do it. I'm about to go get it and be a busy bee. You know, a busy person. Maybe somebody's like, "Why are you so busy? You're always busy." And why are you not busy? Is that why are you not busy? Why do you feel as though if you're gonna sit at home and stuff, sit at home and rest and making all these excuses, do something about it. Do something, okay? It's like change. I'm feeling the energy like you're changing, and people around you, they're not ready to change, or they're still in the moment of still like, dang, you still don't want to, complain about this. No, I don't want to complain anymore. I want to go and do something. You know what I'm saying? Talking about a job, and y'all talking about this job, da da da, this da da that. But you kept getting up on your news feed, education, or do a trade, and you over there just sitting there complaining with the little chicken. Yeah, I don't like this job, da 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 this. But here it go, you thumbing through your stuff, education, trade. Somebody hiring. It's that type of energy, and here it go. What's gonna mess you up in that is the moment that you be seeing that, you be so quick to go tell somebody else. Secure yourself first. Now, if you already secure and you already got your good job, you got exactly what you want, and you might want to spread the news, pay it forward. And paying it forward is just in the energy of passing along. It's not for me, but it could be for you. It's that type of energy as well. But it's like, secure yourself first. People, I never understood how you get a job and you got the job and you haven't even been there for 6 months and you already telling everybody else to go get that job with you. No. You got to put a 90-day restriction on yourself as well when it comes down to it. 'Cause especially when people start seeing that your job is looking good, they're going to want to go into and want to join the tribe with you. It's that type of energy as well. You got to think that even with the chickens come in clusters. Hawks, they go alone. So, hawks, they hunt alone, and chickens stay in cluster. So you could be dealing with a lot of people. As far as, and you dealing with a lot of people that you're identifying that are more chickens than you are dealing with hawks. You have a couple of hawks in there. Now, them hawks, I'm feeling like the hawks are kind of amongst your chickens. So you got the hawks that will sit here and they play like, they play like they're a chicken. They play, they're hanging out with people, but they know they're a hawk. Just no different than you find out when you're with the hawk that you're not a hawk, you're an eagle. So now you like, wait a minute, I gotta go to the next level. Like, this ain't even my stop. You know how you miss a stop, or you think you're assuming that you're at your right place, and you check your GPS, and the GPS start rerouting it again, and it's like, dang, but I'm right here, and it's rerouting and saying you got 5 more minutes. Maybe somebody's saying you got 5 more minutes, and I'm going to bed on your ass. I got y'all love. Right? Actually, we're going to call it a quiz. Yes, the sun does shine for all of us. I'm not saying that the sun doesn't shine for all of us. I'm so sorry I missed that, Heaven. The sun shines on all of us. But I'm saying no different than, hey, everybody can get the job, but everybody don't get a promotion. Right? It's that type of energy. Like, everybody got the same opportunity. It's that type. It's like, the sun does shine on everybody. Everybody got the same opportunity. The sun shines. Everybody get the same time. But what you gonna do with it? Are you gonna still be the chicken with your time? Or are you gonna be a hawk with your time? Now, the hawk, it's like you get things done, but then you go back, and, chill out in the tree. And you just sitting there waiting. Now, eagle, they flying. They you can't see them because they're so high, But they surfing, swag surf. That's what Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is like a Libra, I think. But yeah, but like you just swarming over. You know, you're looking at things, you're looking at your life, you're analyzing things, you're realizing things has changed. The things or the person that I was 10 years ago is different. Person that I was 8 years ago is different. Person that I was 5 years ago is different. And as quick as people say people can't change overnight, no different. I bear that, like, what's the word? I don't believe that's true, okay? Why I say that is because you can have somebody, right, that say they're tired of smoking, right? And you know how they say, I'm going to piggyback off of the comment that they say, you know, it don't happen overnight. It can happen overnight, because out of nowhere, you can just say, I'm done. I'm done. You know, no different than you're in a relationship, right? And you wake up out of nowhere and say, I'm done. And you start packing your bag. You know, I remember I had a moment. I was working at it was a good job too, and I just got overwhelmed, and I just got in the moment of like, I'm done. So the moment I'm supposed to be clocking in. Now, mind you, I had vacation, so I was able to put my vacation in, but I was just in the energy of done, finito, you know, and that happened just overnight. Now, there could have been an energy. Now, I was a chicken with the situation. I was complaining about the situation, but I didn't get up and fly, you know, because I could. You know, I could, but I didn't. I was just being a chicken about it. I was complaining. You know, I just stayed on the ground. I didn't even try to go see if I could climb up to the top and go to see if I could fly. You know, I didn't do that, you know, but I clocked in. You know, I was getting all the, you know, the pain, and just like pain on the sense of like natural, like, ugh. Do I really want to go in? You know, it's that type of energy. The pain of feeling other people. Like, do I really want to be seen today? It's that type, okay? Hey, how are you? But, it's like I just out of nowhere. I was supposed to clock in, and I just undid all my stuff. I packed that thing up, and I would say they say that's a depression stage, you know, but I just feel like that was more of an acknowledging that what do you have in store. Some people sit here and just can quit out of nowhere. Now, I had my money to the side, of course, so like I said, secure your bag before, just like that the tree that we had in an energy where this tree split, but the tree was still good on its own. So when you split ways, make sure you good on your own. Make sure you got another backup job. You get what I'm saying? You know, if you're getting a new job, because I did have a backup job, but it felt like I was just done. So instead of me talking to them, I mean, she did end up reaching out to me later about it, because but it's like, instead of talking about the situation, instead of complaining about the situation, I just got up and made a change. And it could be just like that. You know, like I was saying before, how people say things, people can't change overnight. It can. It depends on the dynamic of it. You know, when it comes down to your soul, no, soul can't change overnight. Soul takes time. But a habit, you can change that overnight. As simple as you keep saying, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. And then all of a sudden, that night hit, you done with it, you know, and then you just don't look back. You know, that's the part that really be getting people. Because you have some people, especially when you keep double backing. And when you double back and they go in their energy like, oh, I thought you were my ace bone cool. Like I was talking before. I thought that we were cool. I didn't know you were going to really cut me off. It's like a wake up call. And the wake up call was them waking up and they realized that they was a chicken. And the wake up call for you is you realize you was an ego and you got to far past them. I'm sorry. I know you for 5 years, 10 years. I know you for when I was 5 years old, 10 years old, 8 years old, 18. We were close. We were cool, but it's time for me to fly. It was cool. It was fun, hanging out, chilling. Here and there we might complain, but we made it. We made our own money and stuff. But now I realize my money can go further. Now I realize that my mind is starting to elevate, and then when your mind start elevating, you start asking questions around your friends. You know how you have those you have conversations with your friends that you used to have, and then they're not conversations anymore that you like to have anymore. You like, oh, I'm ready for this to be over. That's because you're elevating. You're elevating. You're changing. That's the reason why, you know, you're like, oh, I don't really want to talk to this person. No, that's not you being mean. It's like your energy, your soul is saying, hey, you know, did you know that we're changing? Did you know that they're not equal with us anymore? Did you know that they were 5 years ago? You know, they were 10 years ago. It's that type. You also could be seeing 888, 333, 44, and 111 as well. Somebody could be busting windows out their car. My Benadryl kicking in. I could feel it. I could feel it in my spirit. But love bugs, I hope that this reached you, and I hope that this is an understanding to realize that it should be no excuses for people to give you, and there's no excuses for you to give yourself. Okay? Because when it's time for change, it's time for change. Either you're going to go with the change, or it's going to be enforced. Either, you know how that question comes in, it's like you're going to do it voluntarily or involuntarily. And when that comes down to it, it's like you have no choice. Either I'm going to allow myself to realize that I'm actually a eagle and I'm going to fly. And it's either you're going to realize this and you're going to push yourself this way, or life is going to tell you that, hey, you over there with them chickens. There you go, being with them chickens again. There you go over there gossiping again. What are you doing? We don't gossip when we're elevating. We don't gossip when we elevate. Do you understand that? You don't do the gossip when you elevate. Why? Because you're so focused on yourself. Why? You're moving forward that the only time you can gossip is only about you gossiping about your stuff. And why is it in your way? Or you gossiping about things that are not coming into into foresight right now, because you see it, but it's not right there. It's not presented. That's the only time you should gossip. The only time you should gossip is gossiping about yourself and why you are not right there where you need to be. But other than that, like they say, what they say, you know, when you broke people sit there and act like they're the most richest things in the world, you know, the richest things, but the richest people be the quiet ones. You know, the richest people know when to pop out. You know, for example, they wearing, you know, the beat down shoes, the basketball shorts, the t-shirt, you know, or they wearing Uggs, they wearing joggers. They don't quote unquote look like money. You say, that's why I'm like, what do money look like? Because half of the time that people look like money, go ask them can I come to your house? Let's see if they even got the house, you know? Let's see, you know, it's that type of energy. Like, half of the time, the people that look like money, they don't live like money. Their priorities are not money. You know, they're more like a cat and dog chasing. They just chasing the money, but they're not elevating in the money, right? So it's just like, what are you going to do? Are you going to be the one that's trying to front with the chickens? Because the chickens, they flashy, you know. Aren't they? You know, they be click, 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 click. You know, they be, you know, especially the little chickens, they be, you know, like, you know, no. They still chickens. They still chickens. An eagle cleans themselves up behind in the cave and all the stuff like that. You know, and then when it's time, then they pop up. It could be like I said before, you could be the person that is just dressed down typically, but then when it's time for you to pop up, that's when you look like money. That's when everybody start clocking. Ooh, how much was that? How much was that? Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. You know, it's that type of energy. Okay, so it's more of what you gonna do. You the chicken, you a hawk, or your ego. Okay. Cause Christy already said she ain't playing that. She is it Christy? Yeah, it's Christy. Christy said she ain't playing that. She a goddamn eagle. Are you an eagle? You a hawk? Or you one of these little chickens that over here still complaining? Because you gonna always have chickens. You gotta have the chickens. I'm sorry. Don't ever feel like you're not gonna have chickens. Oh, you gonna have the chickens. You gotta eat. You gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what, you know, you can learn a little bit from the chickens, you know. You learn a little bit from the chickens. Now, you learn more by yourself, but you learn a little bit with the chickens, right? This could be a situation like you like to hang with a certain amount of crowd because they keep you on the, you know, they keep you enlightened. They keep you on the T about society or something like that, right? So it's like that type of energy. But don't get carried away hanging out with your chickens. Okay? Don't get carried away hanging out with your hawks. You're still an ego. All right? But my name is Deasia, and you are on Dreams, Desires, Ascensions, the DDA tribe. Until next time, babies. Bye.